Hello there, and welcome back to another video of me trying to keep up with and cover the insanity that's actually going on in Britain, never mind the rest of the world. So, just recently, I think everybody can see that the insanity is getting worse, the betrayal is getting worse, and each day, Britain, I can only speak for Britain personally, is becoming more tyrannical each day and more insane and more inverted. But this is a story that I want to cover. Basically, the Home Office has came out and announced they want to basically house thousands of more illegal immigrants in RAF bases, ex bases of the military. Now, does that not sound alarming in itself to you? When, in my opinion, I believe this is, an assembly of men who are, let's say, not got any allegiance to Britain and will, let's just say, do anything on command for money if they get fed, watered, kept, housed, and promised to a plan to go through with eradicating certain people they don't like in the indigenous country that they've invaded. So the government is in on it. So this is what we're seeing. And they're now saying that they want to just dump these unvetted, unknown, could be any length of history or crime. Anything. You're talking about the hardened to death and blood and guts and have a very big disdain for Western people. So this is what we're allowing in now. And so basically what they're discussing is they want to drop 3,500 men. No, 3,750 men. We all know it's going to be 95% men at a minimum. And they want to dump them in sleepy little towns and certain little villages, three different places. So you've got Linton, you've got Bicester and Barnum. So these are all ex-military bases, and there's little towns near them or around them, and they're just going to dump like 1,200 men in one, X amount, 1,000 in another, and 800. So in one of the cases, I think the town only maybe has 800, and they want to dump like 2,000 odd, something to that degree. So can you imagine, right? You've worked all your life. You've got a nice little peaceful, lovely place to live. You know your community. You know it's safe. You get the drill, and then all of a sudden the government turns around and says, you know what? You've got it too good there. We're just going to dump all of these vermin on you and just let them roam freely. Savage, barbaric cavemen. That's my opinion. Don't like it. That's fine. That's my opinion. So this is a reality that people are facing. You want to sell your house? Who's going to want to buy it? An immigrant. Nobody else, or some crazy lefty, and then they'll move in and find out the hard way. That we cannot. This cannot go on, people. Britain is a small, tiny country, and anybody that's in reality can go outside or look out their window or go to places that they used to frequent, and they can see a big demographic change. Anywhere you go, you can't get away from foreigners. Why is that? Why is that when the white British population is what, 10% of the world's population, if that? Why are we forced to be multicultural? Why? I don't get it. Keep each country as it is. But let's just no go too far into that. But the bottom line is here, they're looking to just randomly dump more people, more immigrants on unsuspecting innocent civilians. So it could be you. How would you feel if you're just minding your business, going about your life, and then all of a sudden you hear this? Oh, we're just going to dump 1,500 unvetted men right on your doorstep. If you are okay with that, you have got no survival instinct and you honestly are a danger to yourself and everybody around you, because that is insanity. So then obviously they're announcing that, but then they've come out and announced that they want new. Well, in fact, let me just prove it to you that this is no just nonsense. They've actually came out, the Home Office, and announced it on X, and publicly, officially, they've announced the plans. Three former defence headquarters sites are being considered to house up to 3,750 illegal migrants until their asylum claims are decided. So that's basically 3,750 illegal migrants, unvetted, we do not know their past. Okay, now we all see what's happening right now. If this continues, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. The danger, the attacks, and the gang raping, etc. So MOD Bicester, MOD Barnum, and MOD Linton on Us. So this is reality, people. This is not just hearsay or nonsense. And then on the other hand, they come out and announce new safe and legal routes for refugees to come to the UK will begin. So they're just basically legalising it, so that they're not illegal anymore. They're just changing the laws to make them legal. So it's going to be the same setup, but they're going to be legal now. Okay, so they can just flood in, but they'll be deemed legal. There'll be a way to make it legal. Okay, so this is all what's going on. This is the insanity. They're not stopping this, people. And here's, news articles which I've showed you. And then obviously let's just watch this video here, which is explaining it just a little bit more in detail.
Important things to know. I've done numerous different reports from RAF Wethersfield of rampant drug taking going on there. It's not a detention centre, so they're free to come and go as they please. There are taxpayer-funded bus and minibus services laid on basically whenever they want, and they can go around to the local areas. Crowborough, again, it's an army barracks. They are not fenced in there. They can go around to the local area whenever they want. There have been reports there of serious incidents involving locals, etc. Now, we have got some like footage for you of the area of Linton on Ouse. Now, this has got about 800 people live there, apparently. Previous plans to put 1,500 people in that area. If they are not contained, then they are able to just walk out, do whatever they want in a quiet village where people of, maybe people of a certain age live there as well. And, I mean, the other thing to that is then they can just abscond. This is what's happening. 50,000 people have gone. What on earth are we doing?
Yeah, and what he's saying there is actually came out that they've lost track of over 50,000 of these illegal immigrants. So they are roaming around Britain right now. They've came in and they've lost track of over 50,000. That's what they're telling us. And not to mention they've already been flying in Afghans from Afghanistan under the guise of it was a data leak and they had to protect them. We've already looked into that, right? That's another one. But the bottom line is here, people, this is dangerous. There's no safety guaranteed in this at all, and this is a very reckless and, in my opinion, calculated move to. This is in my opinion, they're building a mercenary army under the guise and disguising it as refugees. That's my opinion. They are assembling a mercenary army around us under the guise of refugees and multiculturalism. That's the reality, and that's my opinion. So this is where we're at, people.
Doing here, you're just plonking people in the middle of a countryside town and letting them wander out across the countryside to never be seen again. It's madness.
But it's the way it destabilises an existing community that's the problem. It's the fact that you've got a village, if you like, of 800 people. You can't just parachute 1,500 people of a completely different background and culture in on top of them and expect not to have a problem, because I guarantee you there will be a problem.
This area will never be the same again. I mean, people there, we're looking at it now, yeah. So I think at the 2011 census, you're looking at around 700 people roughly live there, 800 people, so whatever that is now, right? But still, either way, I mean, you're doubling the population realistically if you put that many asylum seekers there. This is what about the human rights of the people who live in that area?
Exactly. And the bottom line is, people, this amount of immigration, this quick, there stands no chance of integration or assimilation or them following our culture. It's impossible, because they're just going to flood in, and we're already seeing what's happening. They're trying to overtake the country. But see, the thing is with the lefties, or well, I don't really class myself as left or right. I just view it as, I see myself as common sense. I see things how I see them. I call it how it is, and that's it. But what I can see with the lefties is they are happy with this because they want to destroy the monarchy and all of the establishment, and they want to tear down the system. So they view immigrants coming in as an aid in destroying the country. This is what they want. They want to destroy the country for whatever reason. I don't care, I don't know, because they're lunatics, but that's what I grasp for it. So we're up against that as well. All these lunatic people who think it's okay to destroy your country. In my opinion, they're race traitors, and they're self-haters. It's like they despise themselves, their culture, and everything about them. And they view people who want to save the country as the worst enemy going. They view you worse if you want to save this country and keep it as it is, or restore it and get it back to Britain. They view you as the worst person going, because that is against everything they want. They want to destroy this country, and the immigrants are helping doing that. That's why they love them. So I'm going to end that there. I don't really need to say much more. You can see the insanity for yourself, but this is just a small drop in the ocean of the insanity and the betrayal that's going on. So until the next time, I will end it there. Thank you once again.